Welcome to the Gransberry Chronicles Weekly Pick'em. It's week 16. I'm your girl, the Gransberry. I got my boy D Jones. And Coach B Pat said, hey, he'll check us out soon. You know, he always got entanglements around December. But the real
Already.
question is, did you miss us? Oh boy. I really hope you
Been a lot.
did.
It's been a
It's
lot
been a
going on.
while. Hey, the last time we chatted, the Texans had won 2 in a row. Now they don't won 6 in a row. Oh we. Um, and we was getting ready for Thursday night football in Houston. Whew. And now we get to talk about a good Thursday night matchup coming up. So yeah, man. What's up, D Jones?
Man, I'm chilling. It's been, busy, busy. You've been all over the country. I've been working like I've been all over the country.
Oh man.
But man,
Um,
God is good. Everything is going
okay.
good. What's
So,
been happening
I'm
for
gonna
you?
just shoot some quick housekeeping shout outs. PV won the SWAC. We didn't bring home the celebration bowl, but you know what? It was a great time with HBCU love. It was almost like another homecoming. So, it was a good time in the ATL. And then I, backdoored it right back to the H and caught a good, as coach would say, some feel good medicine and
Yeah.
watched a good win. You know, uh, fun fact, that's the first win in a while that we wasn't like holding our hands and doing seances and
Yeah,
waving
man.
sage.
And I was like, man, it was good to win and not be stressed out by the end of the game.
Yeah. And I, I know we've had this brief discussion before, but I just want to uh, reiterate the fact that when you play a team that hasn't been playing well or does not have as many wins, because I don't like using the word bad team, because as we've seen, a team that is a bad team can get a good win.
Oh yeah.
So,
Any given Sunday.
but when you, right. And so when you play those teams and you dominate, people always say, but you played such and such. Well, if the theory is the team is not playing as well and you are a team that should be playing better, then you should dominate. So shout out to us for dominating when we're supposed to.
Yeah.
Um, it should not be left to just play the game and see how it goes. You should dominate. You should use that time to execute some things you normally can't during practice and make it work. So, shout out
Yeah.
to the home
It's
team.
it's funny how my oldest daughter B was doing the picks last year. She was doing her own pick 'em videos on TikTok and stuff, and people missing her because she ain't doing it this year. So I'm gonna make her do it back next year. But she was getting frustrated because she was like, "I'm picking these teams to win. Why they not winning?" And I'm like, "Because they still got to play the game, sweetheart. I'm like, you don't win based off of your picks. You win, playing the game. So, it's cool that we all think that a team shouldn't win or should win, but in actuality, what we always say, they get paid on the other side too. So those guys are professionals, and they, no game is a gimme. Even though we have expectations that your team is going to win or a certain team win, they still got to go out there and perform. So that's the fun of it. I don't think anybody's ever picked perfect on every game. So that lets you know.
Well, in
Now,
one week,
I ain't talking about in 1 week. I'm talking about
I
every
know.
game. Yeah, I'm
Oh
talking about
no.
every
What
game.
what would be the fun in that if they're always right?
That's my point. Yeah, we wouldn't be on the edge of our seats really, but we get mad when they don't win.
Right, right,
So
right. So yeah, and we in week 16, I love the fact that it's getting to the point where every they say every game matters, but I mean every game is changing the outcome of something.
mhm.
Um, we saw something we haven't seen in over a decade. Last week, we see that the Chiefs are now eliminated from the playoffs, and that. that says a lot. And, this talk about whether or not if they are out of the playoffs and if the Ravens can't find their way to the playoffs, who should be getting a easy path to the playoffs, or to the Super Bowl, in the AFC. And, I don't like that conversation because at the end of the day, most of the good teams played them this season and beat them. Now, yes, they win during the playoffs, but the point is the competition was there, and it was there for them to beat those teams to be in a position to talk about the postseason. So when you talk about that, people always say, can you show up in the playoffs? And that's true. But there's also the theory that you got to get there. And to get there, you got to win. So, it may look different, but the teams that will be there will work just as hard. Now, the team that's left standing usually still is the better team. Even when we see the quote unquote soft schedule teams make it to the playoffs, have more wins, it evens out in the playoffs. So I think the playoffs is where you catch your fair ground, and nobody really cares who was on your schedule, weeks 1 through 18. So for me, I'm okay with the conversation. I just think there's no minimizing who gets to San Francisco because they don't go through Patrick,
There is no easy path, right?
no.
So, the thing that kind of makes me laugh is I talked to some Kansas City fans and they was like, "Hey, we had a nice run." I'm saying, "Dude, your run not over." You know what I mean? Just because you miss it 1 year. Remember, that was Brady had an ACL year. Now the team still, I think, made playoffs with Matt Castle, but yeah, they didn't win every year in a row. You know what I mean? So it's like, hey, the run not over. As long as you got Pat Mahomes and Andy Reid, you there. It's just this year is not your year. So it'll be fun to see some fresh blood in there and go from there. I do have a question for you. Question. I hear a lot of chatter about how the AFC is wide open, right? But isn't the NFC wide open too? I'm like, is there a team in the NFC that you just like, oh, they're dominating, or you just expect them to make it to the Super Bowl?
No, there isn't. But I think when they're defining that, they're saying there's no definite person or team, and it's been that way for a while. So it was like they had a definite and then some heavy possibles, right? So
I
the
got you.
narrative has changed to the extent that there will just be 7 teams in the AFC in the playoffs, and there's nobody has a greater advantage than
But
any other team.
I feel the same way about the NFC though.
But
I
I
mean, I
think what
feel
they're
like
okay.
the last couple of years, I would say the last two, I expected Philadelphia to be there. Or it might have been like Philadelphia or you know what I'm saying? It was
Mhm.
this year, I feel like it's gonna be 14 teams in the playoffs, and we don't know who's gonna make it to the Super Bowl. You know what I mean?
True, but I think there's some stronger teams in the NFC that you expect to be competing hard. And I think that's what it really is. Not so much who will get to San Francisco. I think that's just as tight of a race, but there's stronger teams that are fighting on that side. I think if
Okay.
you looked at the AFC, there's the unmatched defensive ability in Houston, right? And then
Mm-hmm.
there's the great defense of Denver. But everybody says the weaker side of both is the offense,
Mm-hmm.
right? Excuse me. And
That's good.
then the Patriots, it's just kind of like we don't really know. I mean, last weekend gave us another sneak peek into they can blow a lead, and they really don't have the defense they thought they had, and they definitely somewhere along the way lost their offensive power to go back and forth with a power team.
Mm-hmm.
And really, speaking on something that's been said often the last couple of weeks, for so far, the Bills, the Houston has always had their number in the playoffs. So it just really comes down to, there is nobody that seems that dominant. I guess on the NFC side, we know the give and takes of the Eagles, but we feel like the Rams are a dominant team, and we wonder if it'll be the Rams or the Seahawks or the Lions. I just feel like they all could really get it. And I guess you could say the same on the AFC. I know you could, but I'm saying like they're all strong. So I really just think it's a good time for the league, right? There's
It's
a
absolutely, absolutely, and that's
I
kind of
think
my
that's
point.
probably really the conversation. The
Yeah, I'm
conversation
like,
is really that the league is strong right now
yeah,
because it is battles going on. Yes, we could talk about, the struggles of the Raiders having no real identity, and Cleveland having to do several QB changes this year, and the same for New York. But the league is looking good in December. You guys, I mean, we only have two playoff spots settled, and their seeding is not settled. They're just
no,
in the playoffs.
yeah,
That's it. And so
yeah.
this is a wonderful time. So I think that's the takeaway, right?
Yeah,
So
and that's kind of my point to you. I'm like, it's not just the AFC, it's the league. I'm like, it's both sides. You can see teams winning on either side. Like, if your team makes it into the playoffs, you have to have hope at this point. I mean, because you don't see a team that you like, oh, we run into them, we can't beat them. No, you looking at it like, I can tell you a way we can beat them. I could tell you a way we can beat them. You know what I mean? It's like it. I don't see that team that you fear, that you like. Okay, if my team run up, if I got to go to Kansas City, ain't no way. Or if we got to travel to Philadelphia, or if we got to travel here, that's going to be a rough sled. I don't see that. I
okay.
think everybody has weaknesses that can be exploited, and I guess it goes to the old adage that matchups, about matchups. Matchups make the game. So if you match up well against a team and you can take advantage of their weaknesses, then definitely I can see I see a wide open tournament. So
Yes, wide open. I think
yeah,
that's
I
the
ain't even see that when when we was on the same
right,
page.
right, on
B,
the same
yeah,
page.
a wide open
And
tournament.
And so, even with that, I'm going to go into what I would say is my team of the week. And it's an individual award. I'm giving it to Philip Rivers.
Yeah,
Whatever, and we understand that there is a competitive nature in a pro athlete that, for the most part, doesn't die because he leaves the field, right? The
yeah,
competitive edge, the desire to compete, perform, whatever it is, and to be around the game. But to actually do it, to get on a plane and say, I've been at home just coasting as a coach the last couple of years. I'm mid 40s, but I'm going to get back to this grind of practice and line up across these 20 something year olds who ready to take my head off on
man,
every snap.
my guy
Uh,
44.
you
Jesus.
there. You there. You are there. And there is no other teams of the week. That's it.
He
That's
get
it.
it.
Well,
He
he
get
get
it.
it.
He can have
A
it.
Hemi Award. Okay.
Yeah, he
So
can have it.
every award that they got for the week, it should have went to him. I mean, this was beyond Unk Bowl, right? Earlier this year.
I mean, you got it. You got to take your hat out to him, because my guy performed too. So he had his team in position to win against a good team. So I was like, okay, Phil. Okay,
Now,
Phil.
but I'm counting on him to leave most of those antics at home in week
Yeah,
18. So we don't we don't we don't need no bright surprises, but
yeah,
I just think it's important to keep in mind, there's all this chatter about who should have been called and things of that nature, but you usually probably will start with your safety net, somebody that's been in your building before. And I think even in the sense of, you may change coaches, positions, all of position coaches, just still in general coaches. But overall, hey, you do what's familiar. And so it wasn't like a far back reach. And then, hey, the added bonus benefit that everybody keeps throwing around is he just reset his benefits for another 5 years. And I
Heard
mean,
that today.
hey, hey, Venus says she came back to playing tennis for the benefits. Whatever gets you going, you know.
Hey,
Um,
if you could do it,
most of us are going to work for the purpose of the weekend. So so let people go to work and do whatever they need to do.
hey man,
Now, my team for the week.
they made you weak.
Look, it's it's teams for the week. I just, you know, I'm going to say somewhat, which is going to seem wild, but the media,
Mm,
meaning they can find a way and act like they're not this same media that was in weeks 4 and 5 interviewing a third string quarterback and trying to make him the center of chaos. And then now that quarterback is QB1, but there's how many times have you spoken to QB3 or QB2? Who is
mm-hmm,
QB3 in Cleveland?
mm-hmm.
Who is QB3?
Right
Oh,
now,
okay, that long pause. We don't know.
we don't know. We talked. We had this. We talked about that. You
Yeah,
know.
but I wanted to make sure we bring it up and put them on the hot seat for
Yeah.
teams for the week because it was
Yeah.
all them. It's not all him, you know. And
Yeah.
so you showing up to his appearances to get his opinion on trades and all of these things. And I'm like, we haven't seen one microphone give us a bunch of sound bites the other way.
No.
And even if it's being declined, we're not told that either. So I just
Is Gabriel hurt?
don't know.
Oh. 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 Well, I don't think he hurt,
Why would he
but
be hurt?
if it that's what I'm saying. I think he came out because I think a concussion, but even after that, when
He
they
was healthy after that. He
he
was a
that's why I say
healthy
he was
scratch.
healthy after that. But I haven't seen him in any clips. I haven't seen any questions to him
Yeah,
about why Shador starting over him. I haven't seen that question.
yeah.
I haven't seen him question about how he feels that he lost his spot. Where these
They
are the
asked
same questions
everybody else that question.
they asked Shador that. They asked 12 that. They asked 12 about the coach's decisions. I haven't seen him question about what he thinks about the coach's decisions at all.
Yeah.
I'm still
So
waiting for those questions.
yeah, so that's why I said it's
So
it's strictly on them. That's
yeah,
that's why I'm sticking to it. But
100%. Love it.
it's time to get into these games.
Man, it's
And
a lot. It's a lot.
man, and keeping respect to, we always add in the team of 45 North. We gonna mention them. It's gonna be like a get them out the way.
Let's start with
Go
them.
back to get them out the way. Uh Dallas is playing the Chargers. They're still in a 1% chance they can do this. A 1% chance. Now, that 1% chance includes the fact that the Eagles have to lose every game.
How about I say they
But
need a lot of
hey,
help?
it's a chance.
They need a lot of
Uh,
help.
and with that in mind, I'm going with the Chargers. I I know they're at home. I just think the momentum's a little shifted for them. Um, the Chargers have to keep winning. So at this point, Chargers.
Yeah, it's funny. I was just doing before we started the show. I was doing my picks going while we was going through the games pre-show, and I picked the Chargers too, and mainly because I think what the Vikings showed us last week with the Cowboys is number one, if you can withstand their pass rush just a little bit, and you have receivers that you can throw to, their weakness is their secondary, and the Chargers' strength on offense is their quarterback and their receivers. So um, that's a bad matchup for them. And I think the Chargers defense is good enough to slow that offense down just enough to win. So if they can get a little pressure on Dak and make Dak, rush him a little bit, um, I think the Chargers win this game.
Okay.
Agreed. Agreed.
And Coach Pat agreed with us too. Yeah, in his heavy entanglement. Um, and you know what? D Jones, if you get a chance, send Coach a link.
Okay.
It's probably why
Gotcha.
he in the chat. He don't have a link. You can fault me for that, Coach.
No, you good.
Totally slipped my mind. But moving on to one of the other good top matchups for the weekend. These divisional games this week have some pretty heavy weight to them. The Rams take on the Seahawks, and they're both 11-3. This gives more leverage to their division race, and it should be quite interesting matchup. Even though I know Devontae is, I think, not playing. I don't know if they already ruled him out or a game time decision. But
Yeah, I don't think he's been ruled out yet.
But even with or without Devontae, I still would pick the Rams. I just
Yeah.
and I know the Seahawks have this defense, but one thing I know is Matthew Stafford got a quick release and he ain't scared. So unless he having flashbacks from his Panthers game, I think he'll be fine. And I'm taking Staff. I'm taking the Rams.
This one of them games for me, T, that today Tuesday, it might change before Thursday.
Okay.
Because I don't I think Adams bring them down just a little bit. And being on the road, I want to lean towards Seattle. I do. I really want to lean towards Seattle. But for the same reason that you just said, Matthew Stafford wants me. I got to go with the Rams, but it can change. It can definitely change for me because Devontae Adams not being totally healthy. I think the Seattle defense can. Well, yeah, I'm going with the Rams because I was about to say I think they can kind of game plan for Puka, but we tried that. But I know it was week one with this, Texan defense, which we know played very well against the Rams. The one thing that they could not stop was Puka Nacua. so, so yeah, I'm gonna go with you right now. I'm gonna go with you with the Rams, but I think Seattle might. See, they might change my mind because that defensive line
Okay.
is crazy. It's crazy.
Okay. Well, Coach,
Coach say
the game is
Seattle
in
at home.
Seattle. So if the game is in Seattle, Coach, which way you going?
He's saying Seattle, but he'll change it. That's what he said.
Oh, he said he'll change it. He hanging in there.
He's like, yeah, he say Seattle at home, but I'll change it. so I think he leaning towards flipping his pick as well. So
Okay. I'm gonna give him that. I don't know if I would. I'm not in the mood to change my pick. I'll say that.
I mean, it's one of those. It's for me. It's just one of those when you like I'm not ready to pick. It's one of those. But I mean, today I put my pick in. Today my pick is the Rams. I'm just saying it could change.
Okay.
Once it the whole thing the thing that'll make me change it is Adams. If Adams is playing, I'm Rams all day.
Okay.
If he's not, then that gives me a little pause.
Okay. All right, let's move right along. My next game up. Well, you know what? Before I get to the next game, I feel like I did a disrespect, right? And part of my disrespect is I feel like I didn't give a shout out to who's in first place in the Pick'em League. And right now it's Hard Hitters and D Jones, you're in a close second. I feel pretty good about myself. I know I'm not in the top 3, but I feel good about my move up since I made some really bad, weird things. And and I'm not even talking about just like the bad picks, but like I don't like 1 week, I don't know how I picked that easy tap with your cell phone. It just sometimes be your worst enemy. And I still remember that week you was in first and then forgot to save for Thursday. And I forgot to do Thursday, but the team that won Thursday was not the team I was picking. So it worked out right because I know
It worked out
nobody in
anyway.
the league, nobody in the league picked the
Yeah.
Falcons to win the game. So it worked out.
Hey,
All
sometimes
right.
it come
And
through.
fun fact, this week in matchups, the Texans versus Raiders, the Texans have the highest favorable position to win their game. It's a 98% that the Texans should beat the Raiders. And I don't want to laugh because like I still believe in any given Sunday. And
Yeah, that always gives me pause either way.
yes.
So
And the next team to have the closest to that would be the Bills. The Bills have a 96% chance of beating the Browns. But in this Texas matchup, another one we could get out the way. We don't have to spend too much time on, other than like I said, the Texans are on a 6-0 winning streak. They really need to keep it going. At this point, they can't afford a loss. They just, that's real talk, just can't afford a loss. They had enough of them. Hope they were fun for them, but yeah. So, what's your pick on that, or should I
oh,
even
it
ask
ain't even no question right
you?
here. Come
Okay,
on, man.
all
Come
right.
on now. Come on now.
Now look, we didn't put this one on the list, and we don't have to really do too much about the picking on it. I just want to bring it up because Rivers is still playing, the Colts are still competing. It'll be interesting to see him against the 49ers because those defenses, man, I feel like he came at a time when he got to go against some tough defenses, which goes back to what we said about it's some good football this year defensively. So I think we didn't stress that enough. It's a great football defensively. Usually
Hmm.
we have about one good defense in the NFC, one good defense in the AFC, and then maybe a strong backup. But right now we have some teams leading takeaways and leading sacks, and it's just amazing to see again, like I said. But moving on to our next matchup, I think that the Panthers and the Bucks. The Panthers had a chance to take a one-game lead on the division this past week, and the Saints came back and got them. So this week now the Panthers are at home. The Bucks are coming in trying to, they trying to assert their position, but I'm in the belief that the Panthers gonna still pull out another win, and this time it's gonna be a little bit more organized. I'm going with the home team. I think it'll be a tight game. Not sure if it's gonna come down to a field goal, but man, I think it's gonna be a tight game. You laughing, but
I was laughing because you was like pumping yourself up
oh
for it though.
yeah,
You was like, I think it's gonna be a tight team.
I
Oh
was feeling it. I was feeling it.
yeah, you got all tight lip about it too. I was like, oh man, she feeling that one. Yeah, it's Bucks for me. I'm going Baker. I'm going with Baker, man. Let's
Okay, you
go
going with
Baker
Baker
and
on
the
the
Bucks.
road?
I'm going Baker on the road with the Bucks. Um, yeah, I think after seeing Todd's um, passionate press conference where he challenged his team, pretty heavy to stand up, and look themselves in the mirror. It was funny because on the local show this morning, local sports show, they was talking. They had two clips. They had a clip from the Rockets coach Ime, uh, upset about the refs last night and some calls, and he was very even toned, but he was hitting the refs with no profanity, just hitting the refs. He called one ref starstruck and this and that, but it was real even tone. It was just real mellow.
Mm.
He's gonna get fined for sure, but it was real, just quiet and mellow. Then they played Todd Bowles after the Bucks loss last week. Same tone, same tone, but every other word was a cuss word. And he was laying in them and talking about keeping their basically they having to look themselves in the face and basically calling his team out, and I think they respond this week. This is going to be a big game for them to respond to. So the Panthers might have missed their opportunity letting the Saints get them, and I think the Bucks win this game. Coach, now that you with us, what you think on this one? I know you up to speed.
I'm going to go with the Bucks because I don't see Carolina winning the NFC South, and a pissed off, excuse my language, Bucks team. They're mad. I think they're mad
Wait, you
because that
did
was.
something. You going too far away. I need
I'm.
come.
Can you hear me?
You
Yeah, it's
you
kind
got a
of
little
low.
distance. Yeah,
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
it's better.
Okay.
It's,
So
yeah.
yeah, the Bucks. I think they're mad, and they've won a division like seven, eight, nine, six, 7 times. They don't won, so I don't see the Panthers at all, at all, at
You're gonna have
all.
to put that. You're gonna have to put that earpiece back in the case because it's gonna keep picking up and it's kind of muting you. Hate to give you my technical
I made
update
it to
right in
that
the
list
middle while you
every
get it in real
really do
quick.
Tuesday morning.
Who talking about Tuesday morning?
That's his radio.
That you got some entanglements again.
Always an
Look,
entanglement. I got you mute. Just give me a thumbs up when you ready.
yeah, we'll bring you back when you're ready. You can thumbs us up because I don't want you to be left out on the big game. So we got one more game in between that, and that's the Jags versus the Broncos. And actually, I know we all have a little vested interest in this one. Be interesting to see how that offense will perform because the Jags have a pretty good defense too. And usually, what carries the Broncos is, they get the defensive hamper clamp down, and it makes some of the mistakes or the inconsistencies in their offense not stand out as much. And so this will be a testament to that because, since the Jags lost to Houston, they have not taken an L and they have been aggressively offensively strong. And that could, be partially due to the defenses they've opposed, but nevertheless, they have managed to look great offensively. So I'm anticipating the Broncos being at home and understanding that the division is in their sight line and that they'll want to get this win. So, D Jones.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Denver on this one being at home. Just trying to bring up the forecast and see what the weather gonna be like up there. But either way, it ain't gonna be Florida weather. So yeah, I think Denver's defense is gonna slow down the Jacksonville offense, and the question is gonna be if Denver offense, can get a rhythm going against Jacksonville, who they one of those defenses that take advantage of opportunities, if you ask me, right? So their special teams is pretty decent. They'll get a good kickoff return here and there, and then they get fortunate in defense and special teams. So I think that's where this particular game is gonna lie. If the Denver offense can muster up enough uh, consistency, if you will, uh, then I think they definitely win this game. It's going to be a close one. It's going to be a close one. I'm not going to call it a field goal game just yet, but I think it's going to be pretty close. What you say, Coach?
For division purposes for our team, Denver, but I'm gonna go for without that premise and that thought in my head. But Denver's been playing well, and they've had a lot of luck on their side. Injury here. Uh, they went for it like on fourth down 3 straight times last week, and they just couldn't. Who did they play? I forgot. I'm brain freeze. They just couldn't get the
Green
win
Bay.
off of that. Green Bay. Yeah, so Green Bay, never took advantage of the short field to try to score touchdowns and stuff like that. But I think Denver's defense is going to hold up against them. And if Knicks can make a few plays here and there, I think it is going to be a field goal game. And I think Denver's going to win that one.
Okay. We're moving to our game of the week. Shout out to D Jones. We have Green Bay versus the Bears at home, another divisional matchup. Their last matchup came down to what interception in the end zone
on the last drive.
on the last play at that.
Pretty
Uh,
much, yeah, it was.
yeah,
You're right.
yeah, and that was only going to be to tie it up. It
Mm-hmm.
wasn't for the win. Well, in the sense that we don't know if you're going for
If they
8,
would
but
have went
it
for
was
2. Yeah.
right. Yeah. But
If
at the
they
same
scored.
time, they've been playing great, meaning the Bears. Green Bay has been playing okay. They've been playing good enough to win. I say okay because I'm looking
I know
for.
why.
I don't feel like there's been a dominance.
It's up and
You know
down.
what I mean?
They've been
Yes,
up and down. Yeah.
they've been real 6-7, as they say.
Yeah, as the
And
kids
in my moments, I'm a kid at heart.
say. Yeah.
So I would say that also the loss of Micah affects them up front, which I think will give Caleb a little bit more ease back there. So I'm going with the home team. I'm going with the Bears. I think they really want it. I think they locked in. I think they had some good feel good medicine last week with the Browns, and they got to get locked in. They understand because one thing about the NFC at this point, it doesn't look like anybody with less than 11 wins is getting in the playoffs unless you won your division. So, and I think that's probably going to only be the NFC South that's going to have a winner with the least amount of wins. Because
Yeah, right now their leader is 500. So
yeah. So that's how I see it. Coach, we're gonna let D Jones go last so he can ponder.
I'm going to go with the Bears. After last week with the injuries and things like that, I think Ben Johnson sees blood, and it's starting to become a hated rivalry again, and I love that part about it. Just the Bears that are at home. I I was I don't know about Green Bay's wide receiver core right now because they're hurt, but I wish they would trust Golden more. But I'm gonna still go with the Bears in a close game. D Jones,
Well, let's
a
give
close
D
game.
Jones the floor because he's frowning up at everything we saying over here. I
No, I
feel like if
agree.
he was any closer, he might turn our mics off.
No, I agree with you. What you said
Okay.
was I was just messing with you when you said good. When you said they were
Okay.
great and we were good, because I think they've been good and we've been good. I don't think either team has been great. But to question the wide receiver core, slow down, homie. We just got Reed back. Romeo been doing his thing all year. Golden was hurt, but just came back, made a big catch last week. We ended up falling short. You throw in Wicks in there when we just need somebody. Wicks when we need somebody. But luckily, I think Christian, dodged a bullet with his injury. He's questionable for this week, but there's a strong possibility that he'll play. So yeah, I'm the receiving core is definitely not my question in this game. Our defense, big question. We definitely going to miss Micah, but we've played and beat this team and owned this team without Micah. So we just got to remember what we was doing before, right? So I think we'll be able to generate some pressure on Caleb. The last game we had Caleb running, but we couldn't get him down. So I think the thing is not necessarily to get him down; is to disrupt his timing. And if we can disrupt his timing, what he does when he runs is he basically makes it better on our weak secondary. When we can get him out of the pocket, we make him shrink that field to only one side. So if we let him stay in the pocket and he has the whole field, he's going to eat our secondary up. So I think that's going to be the key. It's not necessarily, we would definitely miss Micah just because of the great player that he is. But if we can disrupt his play and get him moving out of the pocket to where he's only looking at one side of the field, then I think that's advantage Green Bay. So with Ben Johnson, he messed up when he said he want to beat Matt. He's going to enjoy beating Matt LaFleur twice a year because he's going to start off 0-2 against Matt LaFleur. Green Bay Packers will win this game. Go Pack, go! We own Chicago.
Oh well, okay. He just summed that all up. I wasn't ready for that.
Drop the mic.
Like,
damn.
Just bam on that.
And I feel like I ain't seen y'all in like 2 months.
It feel like it's like
it
that.
Feel like, but you know what? It's probably almost that long for you because you didn't make it the last show we did.
Yeah, and then I was in that cold weather in Nebraska Thanksgiving. Yeah.
Hey, the good thing this weekend is it's not last week. It's not last weekend in Chicago, so I will definitely be there. I think it's expected to be in the 20s. But that's better than feeling last week was negative 14. 20, it's gonna feel worse. I understand, but last week it was like 4, and it felt like negative 14. So I'm gonna take these 20s. Feeling like teens, but yeah, you got me prepared.
What'd you say, cardboard?
You know what I'm saying?
Cardboard.
Well, it's not supposed to snow. They didn't have any precipitation in the plans, but
that'll also even without that, but that'll still help
with the cold.
Cool, yeah, the rise
cold
up
in you. Yeah,
my feet were frozen. My feet was gone.
Well. We'll just enjoy our dome environment on Sunday.
Yeah, so speaking of that, that's going to be some feel-good medicine. That's my opinion.
Oh, well, we already talked about that game. I mean,
I missed because I was trying to connect.
So sorry.
All I wanted to say is it's going to be feel-good medicine. Get ready for the Chargers next Saturday.
Never look past an opponent. So you hope to feel good, come out the gate. Yes. Just like you did last week, punching them in the face, punch them in the mouth, in the throat, all the places you can punch legally, and within the whistle, and within the whistle.
Yeah, for sure.
So, I want to talk about something funny before we go. There's some viral clips showing the Dolphins trying to prepare for the game in Pittsburgh,
in the cold weather,
in the snow. They doing everything they can, and then it didn't snow on game day. So it seemed like they used all their energy up in the practice in the snow.
I didn't see that, man.
But it had the reverse effect. So if you get a chance, go look at the footage because it's like the Twilight Zone. Because you would not think that that's where they were getting ready to play because it looks like they were somewhere else. But I love the fact that they were really trying to get ready, and it just
you already know that coach is unorthodox, so you already knew the thing. I said you already knew the coach is unorthodox, so I mean, it wouldn't be so surprising.
Yeah,
that's true. But the video, I probably would have buried it next to the Texans video in them Letterman jackets when they.
Man.
We ain't gonna never see them.
I still think it was a good idea. I like the Letterman.
I like. It was a good idea.
No.
The loss tainted that.
Let's be clear. The jacket was a great idea.
Yeah,
but
the loss tainted those. It tainted them. Throw away.
The BTA behind it, no.
And I think they said that's the only way they could get the stank off. They just had to say we go
give it up.
So only thing I mean is we might not ever see one physically. We always only gonna have that video. We never. I just want to know, did anybody keep it?
Man, did y'all see the? They came out. They had a Letterman jacket, and I saw something that they were trying to sell it to the fans.
Oh yeah, there's a Letterman jacket.
I was like, keep them away from the players.
Yeah, I've seen them for sale, like T.
Mm-hmm.
But
Keep
You
them
know.
away from the players.
Well, all right, Coach. We appreciate you making it. It was good to see you. Look, next week we're gonna do our holiday show on Tuesday, so that everybody can enjoy their Christmas Eve. We'll have some good fun. Or y'all, and I'm gonna ask you three things. Pick one of the three. Are you a gingerbread cookie person? Are you a hot apple cider? Or are you a hot cocoa? What would be?
I'm all three. I'm all
Oh,
three, but I'll
I
do
was about to
cocoa.
say all three.
I'll go cocoa 1,
Yep.
gingerbread cookie 2, apple
okay.
cider 3.
You gonna make the gingerbread cookies, or you
Oh,
gonna just
absolutely
buy?
not. No.
Okay.
No. Mm-mm.
Oh,
Mm-mm.
Brandon.
I'll go cocoa 1, cider 2, gingerbread 3, but it's kind of close between 2 and 3.
I would prefer white mocha.
Are you see you didn't
What
that?
are y'all options?
Hold on, Derek. What's on the top? What's on the top? She just completely she flipped the script
There wasn't even
and she went
options.
to something totally different.
But it's not options.
Okay, so let me tell y'all why that happened. Okay, that came
She
up
was thinking
because
about it too.
I was thinking about it, but the reason I I had a white chocolate mocha for the first time. The what led to that, okay, was I wasn't into coffee at all. You know, the only thing I had ever had was a few cups of black coffee as a kid when I would go out with my aunt and I would feel grown, right? But I on my way to law school every morning, I had start stopping at Starbucks and I was getting a hot chocolate. Okay. And this one day, the hot chocolate was like extra chocolatey. I don't know how to explain it. Just had too much chocolate, you know.
Yeah. I know
It's
what
kind
you
of
mean.
like sometimes for me with mac
Sounds
and
about
cheese,
right.
if it's too much cheese, I'm just take it away. So it
Yeah.
was too much chocolate. So she was like, "Oh, you don't look like you like it," and I was like, "I don't." So she tried to remake it, and then I was like, "It's kind of cold, and I don't like milk." Yes, I know what I'm saying. I
Mhm.
don't like milk in its original form as milk. So white chocolate mocha is a whole bunch of other stuff going on. Hot chocolate is the chocolate in the milk. So
Mhm.
I was like, this is cold. She was like, you need a hot drink. You need a hot drink.
And she just gave us
So
totally
she
different
made
choices.
me a mocha, but it wasn't. So then she made the white chocolate
So now you're
mocha.
on the fourth drink. So now you're on her fourth drink.
I had a great
Yes.
barista. Okay. I guess she was having a good day because I just was giving it stuff back and she just kept
Exceptional
remaking
customer service. I love it.
exceptional. And from that day in 2002, I've been stuck on a white mocha. Now, over the years, I moved away from the milk in it and subbing that and all of that. But that is literally how I ended up with a white mocha over trying to get some hot chocolate and it just didn't go right.
Okay.
So obviously, I would prefer the white mocha, but hot chocolate would be one. Um,
Thank you. Thank you.
the
I was
the
about to say, so the moral of the story is you want a gingerbread cookie.
She did all of that to
So
come back to hot chocolate.
oh,
she
I
did, but
feel
she
like
really wanted a gingerbread cookie to go with her white
I'm
mocha.
And I don't even like chocolate. So I mean, hot chocolate, I'll take that though.
the thing is, I feel like I feel like I want to be in a creative spirit and make gingerbread cookies and decorate them. The problem is, I don't like in-home social. So it's hard for me to figure out who would eat all these cookies. And that's the problem. So
It's gonna be a Leo.
maybe it
Mm.
won't be that.
Oh Lord.
Maybe I'll do it at my sister's for Christmas if she'll allow me in the kitchen. Y'all know I'm not allowed in the kitchen. Not because I can't cook, but just because they own the kitchen. And there's rules about who can be in the kitchen, and I don't
And you're
care.
not
But my
one
mom,
of them.
But you're the oldest
No.
daughter. You're the oldest.
I don't care. I got my pecking orders are to get cranberry sauce and bread. So I'm fine
Okay.
with that.
Hey,
I
well,
don't miss. But my mom did ask me this year to make my beans. Now I can make some LFI beans. So I may give
okay.
her what she wants. She want the beans, as the pre-Christmas meal.
If Mama want
So
beans, you don't come up there or don't show up without being prepared to make them beans.
I know. So I'm gonna have to put all my little stuff in my little suitcase. They're gonna be scanning my little X-ray. They're gonna be seeing smoked
Oh
turkey
Lord.
legs. Like, where's she
Oh
going with these
Lord.
turkey?
Like, ma'am,
So,
ma'am.
all right, Coach B Pat, tell the people where they can find you.
You can find me on Twitter and
Oh, I saw that.
Instagram. You know what?
You
You can
try to
find me
act
on
all
Twitter.
suave. You can find me
He
on. You can
Oh
find
no,
he
whatever.
did
Very
switch it
You
up.
can
White. Tell
find
us where we can find you on.
He switched it up, didn't
whatever.
he?
You can find me on Coach
Yeah.
B Pat on Twitter and Instagram. You can find me on Coach B Pat on TikTok.
D Jones.
You can find me on Instagram, that boy D Jones. That boy D Dot Jones on Instagram and on TikTok and Twitter, excuse me, that boy D Jones. Uh, Next week I want to know what's your favorite Christmas movie, T.
Okay,
That's
that's
good.
when you asked that because Zoe asked us that this weekend, so I'll be ready.
Don't say Die Hard.
Look, we said next week. Don't you start no argument at the end of this show. If you're looking for me, I'm at the Gransberry all the way around Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. And if you are interested in learning more about my great hat collection, also reach out. Of course, these are all originals and they
Custom,
are created by me,
custom,
custom made. That's right. I can do whatever you want
one
to the
of
hat,
one,
of course.
one of
One of
one.
one. Your only chance to get my attention. And here's a side note. Please, um, I won't put it on my regular page because we hadn't talked since, I had the little weird person in my inbox cussing me out because I didn't respond to them, and then trying to claim their page was hacked and it wasn't them.
Oh, I didn't know
Whatever.
that. Mm.
Man,
But
that's a good.
also know that I don't put people on blast for being in my inbox. It's because he called me the B word that I felt like if he wanted to talk to me like that for no reason, then he should talk to the world so they can know how he really toward people. But I would say that it's okay. It's really okay to not send me audio messages. I'm just letting you know. I won't put them on social media, but I'm letting you know it's okay not to DM me audio messages.
Mm.
Just no, thank you. We can
PSA,
stop. Yeah,
PSA.
that's the PSA. I ain't
Hey,
putting them on public blast, but just please no more audio mess. I don't know why you even press record, but just don't do it again. It's okay.
Mm. Mm.
It's okay. All right. And on that note, we appreciate y'all, and I'm here to help you. Just no audio messages. Thank you.
Indeed. Please,
Please.
peace.
Peace.
bye, America.